Students that you should be in the stands. Unless you are getting something from the concession stand, you do not need to be wandering about, especially playing in the grass. You need to be in the stands, Clarksville school students.
Welcome everyone to Russellville Junior High football. Appreciate you joining us tonight. Not the last game, not even the next to last game, the next to last game. And the Whirlwinds taking on the Panthers at Clarksville. Had the 8th grade game earlier on a stream tonight for you. 8th grade game won that game easily 32-6. In fact, Clarksville's only touchdown came with 14 seconds left in the ball game. And it was a total domination there by the 8th grade team, and the 9th grade team hoping that they could sweep tonight here at Clarksville. Whirlwinds going to be back at home for their final regular season game a week from tonight. Goes to Little Rock Christian, and then on the road a week from Tuesday for their final game. It'll be a tough one at Morrilton. Russell won the toss. They elected to receive. Of course, with their new offense here on the 9th grade side, can really eat up the clock and limit possessions and really put the other team behind the 8 ball. And as we've seen, since they've switched to the double wing, the only thing that stopped them is themselves. Talking to a few coaches about that, and they say they think, like 4 or 5 negative plays on offense, and that's since they've switched. So that's in the last 4 games, and the only thing that has stopped them is themselves, maybe a penalty or a fumble. Otherwise, teams just really don't know how to defend it. And Russellville has gotten better and better every week running it. You never know if it's going to hold true what we see in the 8th grade game, but Clarksville did start the game with an onside kick. They did not get a chance to kick off. They had the mercy rule going, and Clarksville scored with 14 seconds left, missed the 2-point conversion. And they never actually got to kick it off, and they started the clock before they kicked it off. So we only saw the 1 kick. Russellville did recover that. We're sitting on the home side opposite the Russellville bench and the Russellville fans. And Whirlwinds in their road white jerseys with red numbers and black pants, as you can see. Clarksville in all red. And we do see the onside kick. Russellville recovers it easily. Newberry able to recover that. So Russellville had the ball at their own 45-yard line. Did not start the clock there as there was no return. 8th grade has 7-minute quarters. 9th grade has 8-minute quarters. They do some odd things in junior high about when they start the clock. They've already started the clock here, so we'll try to keep up with it. Shamsey, who's back in action, I missed last week, gets the toss straight up the middle and is weaving his way for a pickup of 9 yards. Whirlwinds missed him last week. Lucky to get him back after injury after just 1 week. So Shamsey joining Ladarius Prince in the backfield. Ethan Haney, the fullback there, number 6, and of course Caleb Campbell, the quarterback. 2nd down and 1. That's Prince in motion. They'll toss to him, runs short side of the field. He's got the 1st down and more. When they switch this offense, I was talking to Coach Jimmy Wilson. He said they tried to figure out what do they do well. They run the football well behind that fantastic offensive line. And you can see when they run into a pile, the pile just moves for an extra 4 or 5 yards. So 1st down for the Whirlwinds. They have it here, 1st and 10 at the Panther 39-yard line. That's Shamsey in motion. They'll toss it to the wide side of the field. Can he get the edge? He's over there, and he'll be rustled out of bounds. And I think he's got the first down from where they're spotting it over on that far side. We'll have to wait officially for the measurement. They did stop the clock as he got out of bounds. I tell you, in junior high, especially when you go from place to place, you never know how they're going to start it. In the 8th grade game, even if somebody ran out of bounds, they started the clock once they got it set ready to play. Official in the white hat watching him. He's actually motioning to the Whirlwind bench. Toss sweep to Prince. He's got the first down and more. Can he get the edge? He's down the sideline. Slips a tackle there at the 5. Out of bounds just before he gets to the end zone. They're going to mark him out of bounds at the 2 there. First down and goal for the Whirlwinds. A great start here for Russellville.
Or the 2, and it's first and goal for Russellville.
Here with 6:34 left. They've not run the quarterback sneak yet. Nope, it's going to be Caleb Campbell, though. Carries it in easily for the score.
Russellville, number 18 is the quarterback, and that is Brett Basham.
Oh, it's Basham. I was just assuming it was Campbell, but you're right. That's Brett Basham. In with the quarterback draw, and the Whirlwinds lead at 6-0. And that's the thing about this offense. If you get ahead, you can eat up the clock, limit possessions, and it puts you behind the 8 ball. Now, normally teams that run this offense can't pass when they get behind, but Russellville can. They did have that more spread offense to start the season. They're going to go for 2 more traditionally. Double handoff. Prince in the end zone for the 2-point conversion. That's more like what you see when we go against Lake Hamilton, that double handoff. Prince carries it in for 2, and the Whirlwinds lead it 8-0. 6.5 to go here in the first quarter. Good start for Russellville. Cyclones are going to be at home tomorrow night for their final regular season home game as they host the Greenwood Bulldogs, number 2 team in Class 6A. Not sure if it's going to be the final home game of the season because, you know, Russellville still could host a playoff game, especially if they can steal one of the last 2 games against high-ranked teams with Greenwood this week and at Lake Hamilton last week. And Russellville played both teams pretty tough last year. They lost to Greenwood 35-7, but if you actually look at that game, Russellville had a 6 lead at the end of the first quarter. But then in the next 3 quarters, turned the ball over 4 times in that game. And it's tough to do against anybody, especially Greenwood. Turn the ball over and win the game. Russellville leading 8-0 here, and Coach Jimmy Wilson was out to talk to the official before his team takes the field, and they're asking to use a tee. I believe they asked Clarksville if they could borrow their tee, and so Clarksville says sure. That's nice of them. So Basham, a 2-yard touchdown run. Prince, the 2-point conversion. Russellville's got the tee borrowed. Now they just need the kicker. Here comes Keegan Fuller. Keegan Fuller, if you don't know him, he's a twin. His dad is the soccer coach. Russellville has won multiple state titles. He'll squib it. It gets through the second line. Still, it's a free ball. It's picked up there at the 24-yard line. Nice little stiff arm there. To get the edge, he slips that tackle, picks up an extra 6 yards because of this stiff arm. So Clarksville will start at their own 39, I believe is where he stepped out.
say that Powell got back to the 39. Clarksville goes into business first and 10, their own 39-yard line.
Quarterback keeper for Clarksville, nothing doing, maybe got a yard. That'll be it. Been a busy week on the campus of Russellville High School. Of course, they had band competition there this week. So, of course, gearing up for Greenwood. Volleyball's been concluding their season. Had senior night this week on, I believe, Tuesday night. And just second down and 9. Russell jump, but did not get in the neutral zone. Good penetration there by defensive line, but can't make the tackle. The quarterback gets across the 45. They put him down at the 46-yard line. So third down and 3 coming for the Panthers. Russell got a good push there, but couldn't wrap up the quarterback.
And it is third down and 3 for the Panthers.
It's so odd to watch an 8th grade game where Russellville has more of a wide open offense, and then a double wing on 9th grade side. Clarksville's 8th grade team ran the exact same thing that their 9th grade team did. The 8th grade team had less than 20 players. They got more of a full staff here on the 9th grade side. Third down and 3 for the Panthers. So far it's been the quarterback the whole way, and he's going to try left side. He's got the first down. And gets across midfield into Whirlwind territory there at the 49-yard line. So they move the chains on their first possession. Picking up a first down.
66, and that is Seth Moore. But we move the chains, and we have a Clarksville Panther.
Seems like they're going to milk the clock too. Double handoff themselves. Russellville sniffs it out. It's going to be a pickup of 1.
He goes up the middle. He's tackled on number 45, and that is Jackson Butcher. And we give him a yard. Second and 9 for the Panthers. The ball sits at the 49.
Second down and long coming for the Panthers. Whirlwinds leading at 8-0. Quarterback sweep here, and Russellville's not even going to let him get close to the edge.
Ball carrier tries to go around the right side, and Russellville gets through the line.
Big loss there by the defensive front, causing that a loss of 4 on the play. Third down and 13 coming. Pushed him back into Clarksville territory at the 47-yard line.
It's third down and 13.
At the 3-minute mark. First possession here for the Panthers. Third and long. They are going to drop back to pass. They got a guy over here wide open nobody saw. And they threw it out of bounds. They snuck a guy over here on the edge. I don't even know if he got up on our camera. If he did, maybe just his helmet. And Russellville didn't see him either. And that could have been a touchdown, but he never had a chance. They threw it out of bounds. So fourth down and long coming. At the 47. They need the 40. It does look like they're going to actually punt this. They run a guy on late, and they're going to have to call timeout. Otherwise, they're getting a penalty. They do call timeout. They call timeout to avoid what could have been a couple with guys in motion here with 2:46 left.
Clarksville called a timeout before the snap, so it is still 4th down for the Panthers.
The Panthers didn't have enough guys in there and ran on a lineman. The problem was the guy on the wide, more the wide receiver, they call it the gunner on punt, was also in motion. You can't have two guys in motion. They both have to get set before the snap. The snap happened, but I think the ref might have been a little generous in allowing that timeout to happen. Russell undefeated since they've switched to the new offense. But their defense has been playing pretty well too. Played well here to get a stop, especially on that 3rd down play, causing the 4th and long. Russell coming after it. They don't get it. It's a good punt. And Russell didn't have anybody back. They were coming after the punt, and I don't blame them.
It's going to take a nice Clarksville roll. It's going to be down.
It'll be down inside the 10 at the 5-yard line. And put it down to 6 there. So Russellville 94 yards away from pay dirt. But the good news is they're up 8-0, and they did stop Clarksville. And with offense Clarksville runs, which is more time consuming, grind it out. If you get up 2 scores on them, you put them behind the 8 ball there. Junior high football and change of possession, they start the clock. Look at the guy in the white hat there. He winds the clock now, so not on the snap, like it is in high school, college, and the NFL. I give it to the first man through, Prince. It's got wide open there, and it's a foot race. He's even going to outrun the official. He's gone. Well, that didn't take long. I tell you what made that play beautiful is Russellville had been running that where they put a man in motion and toss sweep to him. That time they put the man in motion, but they gave it to the first guy through. That had, I'll date myself, but that had Barry Foster against Miami for the Razorbacks written all over it back in, what was that, 89, 90? Right up the gut for 94 yards. How about that? And the Whirlwinds take a 14-0 lead. Excellent blocking, too, because I tell you, I don't think he was touched. And by the time he got near the secondary, 10 yards down the field, that's when it was a foot race. Going for 2 here. Here's the toss. Campbell gives it off to Shamsi. Bounces off a man and gets in there for the 2-point try.
Number 15, Gavin White takes the ball.
I thought that was Shamsi, but they say it's Gavin White. Whoever it is got the 2-point try in there. Okay, it was Shamsi. Got that one right. And the Whirlwinds lead at 16-0. How about that drive? 1 play, 94 yards. And it's easy to calculate. Ladarius Prince already over 100 yards rushing. He got 94 that there on that 1 play. This is kind of how the 8th grade game started. However, the Whirlwinds hit a wall. The 8th grade team did. They only scored twice. It looked like they were going to blow them out in the first half, but did not score again after scoring on their first 2 drives, but end up winning the game 32-6. They'll kick off here, leading 16-0 in the first quarter. Again, it's a Squibbs bounces high over the second man through. Russell going to stop it at the 34-yard line.
Just short of the 35, number 55.
Stop the clock here with 2:08 left.
Yar Jimenez making the stop. And Clarksville goes into business 1st and 10 at their own 34.
First and 10 for the Panthers. Whirlwinds leading 16-0. Russellville won the toss. They elected to receive, so this is the second possession here for Clarksville. They got one first down on their first possession, then had to punt it.
Nathan Powell, the ball carrier, goes up over the left
Powell, the
side,
quarterback,
right
gets a
side.
couple yards here. They had gotten positive yards on just about every play, but then Russellville stopped him for a 4-yard loss on that third down play, and that's where they ended up having to punt. They did just barely get in Whirlwind territory on their first drive, but just one first down. Quarterback again, and this time again just a yard.
The ball carrier tries to go up the middle. He's tackled by number 35. That is Nicholas Hallmark.
Nicholas Hallmark on the stop.
Gains maybe a yard, and it's third and
long. This is what you wanted. Now, the only pass that they attempted was that pass where they had a guy open here. It looks like they're doing it again. They threw it out of bounds, and I don't know if Russellville looked like they're looking over here to see. This is when the wide receivers running in and out of the huddle. They got play clock down to 9 seconds. They're going to call timeout here because they're not even breaking the huddle. Looks like they're going to have to because the play clock's down to 3. And they're going to use their second timeout here just in the first quarter with 20 seconds left. I wondered if maybe they were going for that again. They saw that Russellville snuck a peek and saw the wide receiver over there. They put that wide receiver just barely in bounds, had him open. It would have been a score, but they threw it over his head. Maybe once they thought Russellville was going to defend it, they didn't know what to do after that. 20 seconds left to play here in the first quarter. Whirlwinds leading at 16-0. Basham a 2-yard run. Prince a 94-yard touchdown run. And Clarksville right next to the interstate, and 18-wheeler blowing his horn at us. We're on top of the press box here. It's a nice cool night. Outdoors here. It's starting to feel like football weather. Whirlwind's going to be back at home a week from tonight for their final regular season home game. And then they close out the season the next week, and they play on Tuesday. They play at Morrilton. We're hoping to bring that one to you here on Cyclone Booth. All right. After the timeout, third down and long. They bring their wide receiver more in towards the hash marks. They're going to throw it out to him, and it's in and out of his hands. I don't know if he would have gotten the first down or not. He would have had a chance, turn the outside. All he needed was about 4 more yards there. That should have been caught, though. So 4th down and 7. We'll see if they're going to go for it or not. Russellville last time just thought they might go for it, didn't put anybody back, did come after the punt. Play clock down to 13. They look like they might be going for it here. He's not backed up like it's a punt. They need their own 44 for a first down. Play clock down to 2 seconds, 1 second. They're going for it. Back to pass. Throw across the middle, and it's complete. He's got the first down. He's going to be pushed out of bounds into Whirlwind territory. They're going to say he stepped out right at midfield. So they decided to go for it, and it works for him. He gets 13 yards when he needed 7. And first down, they prolong their drive there. Gambling a little bit. And, you know, you can't blame them. They haven't stopped Russellville so far in their first 2 drives. Behind 16-0, they feel like, what have they got to lose? He did get out of bounds, so it stops the clock here with 9 seconds left here in the first quarter. That's their first completed pass of the game. Quarterback keeper, still on his feet, and he's got the first down. Ball squirts free. Whirlwinds pick it up. Whirlwinds pick it up. I think this is Shamsi, and he's got some room here. He's going to outrun everybody to the end zone for the touchdown.
That is Zach Shamsi, the
what looked was going to be a big gain for the quarterback of 9, maybe 10 yards. Fumble was caused. Shamsi picked it up. I think he scored from 65 yards out is what I had. 65-yard fumble recovery for a touchdown by Shamsi. And big turn of events there as we close out the first quarter. And the Whirlwinds going to try for the point after, a 2-point conversion here, leading 22-0 before it's officially the end of the first quarter. Shamsi's, you got to be tired. He just ran 65 yards. He ran more than 65, too. Start on one side, scored on the other. Prince carries it in easily for the 2-point try, so we're officially now done with the end of the 2 by the offense, 1 by the defense. Whirlwinds lead at 24-0. Well, welcome back, Mr. Shamsi. Comes back from an injury, missing last week, and got a few carries on offense, but the 65-yard return on the fumble, I said he picked it up over on that far side, returned it to the near side, so he ran a lot more than 65 yards, closer to 100, but he scored. And the Whirlwinds, after the 2-point try, lead at 24-0. Could not have asked for a better start. We're going to start the second quarter with the Whirlwinds kicking off. We'll flip ends too, as that was the last play of the first quarter. And their quarterback was fighting for more yards. You can't fault him for that. Looked like he was picking up a first down, and then the fumble happened. First 2 times the Whirlwinds squibbed it. They'll kick this one more traditional. Line drive. And that was fumbled around, but picked up there at the 20. Across the 30. Big collision there at the 34, and that's where Clarksville will start.
Kick and returns it back up to field number 1. Ladarius Prince is there to make the stop. And it looks like the Panthers are going to go into business 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
That's one of the things I'm talking about junior high football is they start the clock right now. They started on change of possession. We actually saw in the 8th grade game. I'll talk about that here in a minute. Let's get this play here. 1st and 10 for the Panthers. They switch quarterbacks now. More the passing quarterback who completed their only pass. He's going to throw it now. It's knocked away at the last second. Good defense there by the Whirlwinds.
Incomplete, intended for number 2.
Stops the clock here with 7:34 left.
Defense provided by the Russellville number 21, Justice Rubin.
I thought it was 28 there. Matthew on the knocking it away. But we saw on the change of possession, we saw Coach Jimmy Wilson near the end of the first half realize that when the Whirlwinds took over after change of possession with less than a minute. He called timeout immediately, so the clock would not start until the ball was snapped. Clock is stopped right now. Quarterback throwing here short, complete. Russell going to stop him there at the 41-yard line. That was dangerous as he grabbed the ball with both hands, put it away from his body, but trying to get an extra yard, and he did. Gets to the 41. 3rd and 4 coming.
Game about 6, we'll call it 3rd and
They'll need the 44 for a first down.
For the Panthers.
Whirlwinds going 2 offensive possessions, 2 touchdowns. The defense scoring a touchdown all in that first quarter. As quarterbacks attempted almost all their passes, screen set up, and it's incomplete. Looked like they let some of the guys through try to set up that screen, but he still threw it to the outside receiver. Short hopped it to him. You're going to let him through, you got to backpedal a little bit, give yourself a little bit of room. So 4th down and 3. Well, they went for it on 4th and 7 near midfield. I expect them to go for it here. Back to pass. Here comes the blitz. He throws it. Beautiful ball, but he overthrows his intended receiver. Double coverage anyway. And the Russell defense is held. So the Whirlwind offense is going to get fantastic field position at the Clarksville 41-yard line as they've held on downs. Clarksville now 1 of 2 on 4th down conversions. And we'll see what the Whirlwinds want to do here. Sometimes you take over, you go for a big strike here. But since they switch to this offense, they usually don't throw the ball until the 4th quarter. Letting their opponents sleep. Shamsey goes in motion. He'll get it on the toss sweep. Cuts it back up towards the middle. He'll get it inside the 40. Still churning his legs. Gets to the 35. Pick up a 6 on the play. 2nd down and 4 coming for the Whirlwinds.
It's going to be 2nd and 4.
Under 6 minutes to go here in the first half. Fake the toss to Prince. Shamsey's got the first down inside the 30 to the 28. That's similar to the play they ran for Prince that scored the 94-yard touchdown run, faking the toss to Zach. That doesn't go for 94 there, but it does get a first down. Fake the toss, and here's the pass. He's got Prince wide open inside the 5, and it's batted away at the last second. Good defense there. As Caleb Campbell had him open, tried to drop that one in, but a great defensive play there by the Panthers. Russell had him fooled, but just good effort there to recover by the Clarksville secondary. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10. That's what we talked about, lulling them to sleep like that. Appreciate you joining us here. We were able to do a stream earlier for the 8th grade team, doing the 9th grade now. There's a toss sweep here to Prince. He's inside the 25. He's got the first down, looking for more at the 10, the 5, and drug down inside the 5, marking down at the 3-yard line.
Goes around the right side and gets some good yardage. Finally tackled at number 33, Ryland Nelson, but gets the ball down inside the 5 and the 3.
Whirlwinds again with 1st and goal. Their 2nd trip to the red zone tonight. First one ended in a touchdown. It was on their first possession. Now one official stopping the clock saying my timeout. I don't know if it's an injury timeout here with 33 coming off, or they're looking at his face mask, so an equipment malfunction. Now they'll start it back again. 1st and goal for the Whirlwinds. Got 2 men in motion. They snapped it. It's going to be a illegal shift. Russell gets in the end zone, but you can't do that. Illegal shifts the call. When 2 guys go in motion, they both have to be set before you snap the ball. You can have 1 guy in motion and snap the ball, but when 2 guys go, they both have to be set, and then 1 can move later. But be a 5-yard penalty, negates the play. don't know what the discussion is here, but they should move it back 5 yards to the 8-yard line. I don't know if they're talking about something else. When that happens, you kill the play in junior high and high school. So if there's another foul, it doesn't matter. Unless it's a dead ball personal foul. Both teams getting set. Still got the white hat talking to a couple of officials. So everybody's saying, hang on a second. We can't go yet. Whatever they're discussing, we're good now. It's still going to be 1st and goal from the 8. The Whirlwinds are wondering what's going on, the Whirlwind coaching staff, I mean, but I don't think anybody's going to get an explanation, Clarksville or Russellville. All right, 1st and goal. Shamsi in motion. Toss sweep to him. He has to avoid a man. Can he get to the edge? He does. The 5 into the end zone for his 2nd touchdown tonight.
Number 25, Zach Shamsi.
Shamsi scores a defensive touchdown. Now he scores an offensive touchdown. This one from 8 yards out, and the Whirlwinds really opening it up now, leading 30-0.
Now Russellville will attempt the point after touchdown.
Shamsi scoring from 8 yards out there on 1st and goal. He's got the Whirlwinds' last 2 scores. They got Prince, and they're going to quarterback draw on this 2-point play. This one goes to Ethan Haney, who carries it in for the 2-point conversion. Haney scores, and the Whirlwinds lead at 32-0.
Ethan Haney takes the ball up the middle into the end zone for the point after touchdown.
Russell could not have drawn up this first half any better. They've had 3 offensive possessions, 3 touchdowns, a defensive touchdown. And I'm trying to remember, I don't know if Russell has had any negative plays other than penalties. I don't know if we've been stopped in the backfield. We have. I just can't remember. Basham scored from 2 yards out. Prince, a 94-yard touchdown run. Shamsi, a 65-yard fumble recovery for a score. And then Shamsi there with the 8-yard run, and Ethan Haney scoring from 2 yards out. Band's not here, but they've got the Bluetooth speakers playing the fight song over on the far side, which I don't know how many people know this. The Whirlwinds actually share the same fight song as the Tennessee Volunteers. A lot of people think that the Rocky Top is the Tennessee fight song. It may as well be. But it's actually the same as the Whirlwinds. 32-0. Whirlwinds kicking off. They'll squib this one. It's a live ball. It's going to be picked up there at the 22. Russell punishing the return man. He doesn't quite get to the 30-yard line.
Fields the ball. He's hit by number 5, Oliver Courtier.
I believe the mercy rule is 30 in junior high, but I think it's second half only. The reason I think that is because that's what they did in the 8th grade game. I don't know if that's just an 8th grade rule or not. But they do start the clock here. Switching back to the running quarterback here. Hard count. Russell just jumped off sides. Bring up 1st and 5 for Clarksville.
Offsides indicated against Russellville. 5-yard penalty moves the ball up over the 30 to the 33. And it's 1st and 5 for the Panthers.
Turn hand on the sweep. They have to do some work to get back to the line of scrimmage. They do. They end up gaining a yard on the play. The official going to mark him back, say no, his knee went down at the line of scrimmage, so no gain on the play. Remember the 5-yard penalty, though, so it'll be 2nd down and 5. They do put him down at the 33-yard line.
No gain on the play, actually. 2nd down and 5 for Clarksville.
He had stretched forward to the 34, but the official right there on the spot said his knee went down at the 33. So 2nd down and 5, and Clarksville's got to be thinking they'd love to get the ball down there and score, but they also don't want to turn the ball back over to Russell's offense, who hadn't been stopped yet. They're taking their time. They may have to take a timeout here if they don't hurry. Play clock at 6 right now. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. They get the ball snapped quickly. They're going to run the short side of the field with the quarterback. He's got a little opening there, and he's ridden out of bounds. It's going to be very close to a 1st down. I think he got it. We'll have to wait and see what the spot is. They give him 39. He definitely got it.
But they're going to give him enough to move the chains. We have another Clarksville Panther.
He sure did get it.
You
can hear their PA guy. 1st and 10 for the Panthers. The official started to wind the clock, and then I think they ran 3 seconds off. Then he realized, wait a minute, he got out of bounds, so he stopped it. Continue to run the short side of the field. That's when you're worried about the other team's speed.
Al, your ball carrier goes over the right side again.
Al again, the quarterback, this quarterback sweep. Run the short side. Gets about 4 yards there to the 43. 2nd and 6 coming. Once again, the Cyclones are going to be at home at Cyclone Stadium tomorrow night. Kickoff is set for 6 o'clock. It's senior night. They're going to honor not just the football seniors, but spirit squads and the fall sports seniors. If you can't be there, we'll have it here on Cyclone Booth. It's your YouTube channel for Cyclone fans. And we have I'm going to stop the clock here with a timeout.
And Clarksville
using their last timeout here with 2 minutes left. Appreciate you joining us here on Cyclone Booth. We try to put out announcements, and when we do, if you ever see that there's another stream, it's usually a pay-per-view or so I'm trying to get you to sign up for something. You don't have to do that. Just go right here, YouTube, Cyclone Booth, and we have games for you 100% totally free. On Friday nights, we run the same audio as the radio station, KCJC, but we're happy to bring you these games also, and basketball season's coming up. We'll be doing almost all the girls and boys basketball games. I've been talking to both coaches because they in some tournaments, some before conference season. Of course, the girls are in the Morrilton tournament. The boys are going back to Rogers. It's more of a classic because you already know who you're going to play, I believe. The Hoops for Hunger is actually going to be before Christmas, during Christmas break, but before Christmas instead of after Christmas before New Year's. And that's going to be more of a classic where you already know who you're going to play. It'll be 2 days instead of 3 there at Cyclone Arena. That's when the sports really kicks into gear, especially non-conference season. It's almost a ball game every night. And 2nd down. They're going to throw it deep. They got a man open, but they overshoot him.
Pass is incomplete, intended for number 1, Jesus Gonzalez.
Gonzalez, who's played some quarterback tonight, actually seemingly has the better arm, but not on that play. He got behind the defense there, and they just overshot him a little bit. 3rd down, and a long 5 coming for the Panthers. And they're out of timeouts. I tell you, if they don't pick it up here, especially if they lose yardage, Russell might be calling timeout. I don't know, you're up 32-0, but you think about that, trying to get a score, and right before the half. Plays out like this, ought to be a quick second half. They got an opening here. They got the 1st down the right sideline. Russell going to wrestle him out of bounds. Haney there, able to make sure that doesn't go the distance. They step out of bounds at the Whirlwind 33-yard line, and this the deepest penetration for the Clarksville Panthers tonight.
In the backfield, we're down to the 33. Moves it, chains, and Clarksville has another.
That's why you got to think about keep scoring. They're still playing. We got to keep playing. I think it was Whitey Herzog when talking about stealing bases. So I promised to quit scoring if you promise not to try and catch up. Halfback pass here. They're throwing it, and it's going to be incomplete. As Gonzalez took a big lick back here. That affected the pass. Ended up being short hop because of that. Second down and 10 coming for the Panthers. Double handoff there. There's Gonzalez running left side, and he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They give him forward progress there back to the 34, so instead of a loss of 2, it's going to be a loss of 1.
He's down inside the
34, so third down 11 coming for Clarksville. Panthers will get the ball to start the second half. Russell won the toss and elected to receive. Empty backfield here. Gonzalez probably going to put this one up in the air, bring a man in motion. He throws it far side, tipped and complete. Russell went for the interception, didn't get it, and Clarksville ends up getting a first down out of it.
Comes up with it. He's tackled.
Ball goes up, I think interception 2.
And number 10 also.
They do signal first downs and waiting for them. They still haven't moved the chains, but the White Hat's saying that's a first down. 48 seconds left. Clarksville can't stop the clock. They'll start the clock here as soon as they get this set. I'm waiting for them to. They actually have the first down marker set, so they don't have to wait on the chains, but they do start it now. Clarksville out of timeouts. Looking at 1st and 10 at the Whirlwind 23-yard line. Low snap, and the quarterback fell down. Clock rolling.
Quarterback goes down the backfield back at the 29. It's a loss of about 5 yards. 2nd and 15 for the Panthers.
Second down and long. Back to pass. Quarterback flushed out of the pocket. Russell would keep him in bounds. They can't. He steps out of bounds there at the 18-yard line with 6 seconds left. I'll say we keep him in bounds. There's no way they could have gotten another snap off. But they do stop the clock here with 6, getting out of bounds here. It's 3rd down and 5, but not really worried about that much. If they get out of bounds, they might have a chance for 2 more plays, but realistically it's 1 more here. 2 officials talking back around the 12-yard line. Maybe you think there might be a flag over there. But I don't see one. Okay, I see one. It's inside the 0 on the 10. There. And that's what they're talking about. You can't see it. I'm kind of moving away from my vantage point. And I see a flag down. So it's probably about the 11-yard line. It's going to be on Clarksville. They're bringing it back to the original line of scrimmage.
It's an illegal blocking penalty against the Panthers.
Is that a blindside block that they just called? I didn't see the signal. I'm assuming where it is, it might have been a blindside block, a crackback block.
It is now going to be 6.
They should start the clock because it's what the previous play was. The previous play before this was a running play, and they do. They don't get it off, but they let them. That's a free ball there. They're going to call it an incomplete pass, and that's how we end the second quarter, the first half. Clarksville seemed to have a chance, and they self-destructed a little bit. We've come to the end of the first half.
And that's the end of the first half with the score Russellville 32, Clarksville 0.
32 for Russellville, 0 for the Panthers.
During halftime, we're going to have the cheerleaders perform, and also the Clarksville Junior High Band will perform, so we encourage you to stay and watch them.
They set 15 minutes here, so we're going to take a break. But first, I do want to go through the scoring for you before we step away. That first half, Basham scored from 2 yards out. Ladarius Prince got the 2-point play. That made it 8-0 Russellville. That was Russellville's first possession. Their second possession yielded a touchdown. It was a really good punt by Clarksville that was down at the 6. But on the very first play, Ladarius Prince scored from 94 yards out. Campbell got the 2-point play, led it 16-0. And then after Clarksville's first down, actually got a couple first downs on a first down run. Quarterback fumbled. It was picked up by Zach Shamsey in the secondary. He scooted 65 yards on the fumble recovery for a touchdown. Prince added the 2-point play, and Russellville led it 24-0. Shamsey got on the board again on Russellville's third possession from 8 yards out. And Ethan Haney got the 2-point play, and that's how we stand here, 32-0. Russellville 3 offensive possessions, 3 touchdowns, and got 1 touchdown on the defensive side. So we're at the half. Whirlwinds leading at 32-0. Second half, got the clock running with the halftime clock, so under 14 minutes left here at halftime. We'll step away and be back with the second half in about 13.5 minutes.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to tonight's halftime performance by your CJH Panther Band. Tonight, we invite you to join us as we cheer on our team. As we prepare to do the CJH spellout, please join us in yelling out our letters with pride. Give me a C. Give me a J. Give me an H. What's that spell? C-J-H. Louder. C-J-H. One more time. C-J-H. And now, we feature our Panther Band majorette, Chloe Muldoon, as the band plays Hey Baby. the CJH Band is under the direction of Kelsey Kogan, Sydney McCartney, Danielle Hodges, and Cameron Osborne. A special thanks is extended to the Clarksville administration, band boosters, and parents for their continued support and dedication to our students. Now please join us in celebrating the CJH Fight Song.
Next time I get to visit with Coach Jimmy Wilson, I'll ask him what he said at halftime, because a lot of coaches, point out things that the team could do better and what they didn't do well in the first half. I don't know what Russell didn't do well in the first half. They scored every time they touched the ball on offense. 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns. The defense scored. I think the only time they went backwards was on penalties. I don't know what they need to improve on in that. From the first half to the second half. Clarksville spending a lot of time back talking about things. Russell actually just went to the end zone. If you've been here or been by here, you know that I-40 kind of runs to the south here. Russell just went in that end zone and just hung out outside here. Clarksville went into their field house, and there's a minute and a half left, and they still yet to. This is their last regular season junior high football game here for Clarksville. Russell will have their last home game of the season a week from tonight as they host Little Rock Christian. They still got another one after that. So the following week, not next week, but the week after, they will travel to Morrilton, what should be a tough game, but that'll be on a Tuesday night. Once again, if you're just joining us, you missed a lot. Russellville won the toss, got the start on offense. They went right down the field. Breck Basham, a 2-yard touchdown run, the 2-point try. was good. All their two-point tries have been good. Ladarius Prince carrying that one in, made it 8-0. And then the next time after a punt down to the 6-yard line, Russell one play, 94 yards. Ladarius Prince a 94-yard run. Campbell carried it in on the two-point play, made it 16-0. Shamsi recovered a fumble on defense, ran it 65 yards for the score. Prince again scored on the two-point play, made it 24-0. And then as soon as Russell got the ball back after stopping Clarksville on 4th down, they actually started at the Panther 41-yard line, drove right down, and Shamsi scored from 8 yards out. And it was Ethan Haney that got the two-point conversion. So 32-0 is how we set. Clarksville, their best drive was there at the end of the first half. They got all the way down to the 22-yard line, seemed to get inside the 15, but had a crackback block penalty against them. So it pushed them back. They were already out of timeouts. They wasn't even able to get anything going after that. They will start this half with the football. Our clock on the screen stopped at about, well, you see it, 13:56. The one here is at 0, but they reset it to 3 minutes, and now it's under 2. They usually do that on Friday nights when the halftime runs along. Teams will come back out and they'll give them 3 minutes. But I got to tell you, the halftime didn't go
Clarksville Junior
long.
High Cheer Team Booster Raffle has been drawn, and the winner is Steve Hutchins.
So the clock here, they still show a minute 35 left. The Whirlwinds are out on the field ready to kick off. And you see Clarksville's still taking some warm-up jogs there, but Cyclone football team tomorrow night will host Greenwood, their final regular season home game. Then they travel to Percy, Arkansas the week after to face Lake Hamilton. Greenwood number 2 in Class 6A. Lake Hamilton was number 2, believe it or not, and Greenwood beat them last week 24-0. That's who Russell ends their season with. And then the last week of the season, Russell actually has an open date. There's 9 teams, odd teams in our conference, odd number teams. And so somebody has to have the open date the last week of the season. It's us. So actually what will happen is Russell will get a week off before they start the playoffs. So game. So hoping they can pull off the upset in one of those 2 remaining games. But hey, let's go for both of them. Why not? We got to reset the clock. It's still winding down. Everybody else is ready.
Clarksville will receive the opening kickoff for the second half.
Okay, now they got it set. Fuller will scoot this along the carpet, picked up at the 18-yard line. He's across the 30 there. That's where they'll stop. They haven't had a real bad field position to start any of their drives.
And he's going to be, because they can make the 32.
And Panther, how slow to get up. This may alter their plans a little bit on their first drive. You see him there. He's very slow to get up and hobbling around. This may stays in, but this may be change what they decide to do. They've been running him mostly on sweeps to the short side, long side of the field. He's hurting back there in the huddle as the receiver brings in the play. He is going to turn and hand it off to Gonzalez, running laterally, and that's not really his game as he's going to be stopped inside the 30. He's played running back, receiver, even quarterback. Gavin White in there on the stop. Put him down shy of the 29, so at the 28-yard line.
And it's a loss of about 4.
Clarksville, I think, sees the writing on the wall. They're not a big hurry. eating up some clock, play clock down to 4 seconds. Gonzalez in at quarterback, bring a man in motion. That's Powell who bobbled it a little bit. It's actually considered a forward pass. I think he let it go. So they get back to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10. Look, coming up for the Panthers. They need their own 42 for a first down. 8th grade team won earlier tonight, 32-6. That's on a separate stream. We took a break in between games because they'd planned to honor a lot of their 9th graders since it's their last home game of their cheer and dance squad and also their team. 3rd and 10 here. Gonzalez brings a man in motion. Going to be another handoff. They'll fake it. Gonzalez going to keep it himself and nowhere close to what he needed. He needed 10. He got 2.
Number 1, Jesus Gonzalez, your ball carrier, tries to go up the middle. Gain of about 3 or 2. Tackled by number 6, Ethan Haney. It's 4th down and 8 for Clarksville.
Well, they have the same personnel in there as what they punt with. They've gone for it twice on 4th down. They're 1 of 2. This one's 4th and 8. Russell not buying that they're even going to punt it. They don't have anybody back. And as of right now, it looks like they're going to go for it. Jesus Gonzalez back to pass. Looking, and it's going to be knocked down. There he had on the little post pattern. Luke Dyber able to knock that one down. And Dyber's upset with himself. He didn't pick it off. But tell you what, if he would have intercepted it and fell down, we actually got better field position. But I know he's thinking pick it off and taking it the distance here. So Dyber bats down the pass, and Russell holds again on 4th down. So this is their best field position now. They did start at the Clarksville 41 the last time their offense took the field. They start here at the Panther 34-yard line. Dawson, the ball's on the turf, and this one will be covered by the Whirlwinds back at the 37, 38-yard line.
Number 5 jumps on it. That's Oliver Coudry. And the ball is back outside at 35 and 37. It's a loss of 3. We'll call it 2nd and 13 for Russellville.
2nd down and long. There's the give. The Shamsi up the gut, and on 2nd and long, he's going to pick up a first down for the Whirlwinds.
Ball carrier number 6, Ethan Haney.
Oh, I thought that was Shamsi that carried that. They said Haney. I thought it was Zach running it. Whoever ran it, we'll have to go back and look at the film. Whoever ran it got the first down. There's the quarterback keeper up the gut. You get more than 5 yards on that. That's excellent. You get to the 18. 2nd down and about 3.
The tackle was made by the Panther defense. Moved the ball inside the 20 to the 18. Gain of 7, 2nd and 4. A gain of 6, 2nd and 4.
Inside handoff here to Shamsi. He'll get a yard maybe there at the 17, so 3rd down coming. Under 3.5 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Number 62, Ben Holland in there leading the charge.
Never really been a contest, and I tell you, after the last few weeks where Russell has won, but it's gone all the way down the 4th quarter. Kind of nice to have one of these games where it's not so tense. Campbell going to call his own number. He's got the first down inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal coming, this one from the 7.
Number 18, Corday Green.
They stopped the clock. I think the officials wanting to keep it going on the
7 in his first and goal for the Whirlwinds.
On sportsmanship rule, or at least he's wanting to do it very quickly. If we haven't hit that yet. First and goal at the 7-yard line. Is Shamsey going to keep it? And he'll get to the 5-yard line. Second goal coming.
And he's tackling number 27, Tristan
Shamsey looking at getting
game about 2. Gets the ball to 5 seconds.
3 touchdowns tonight.
Goal.
1 offense, 1 defense. Second down and go coming for the Whirlwinds. Again, the 8th grade won 32-6. The 8th grade Clarksville Panthers actually scored the touchdown with 14 seconds left to go in the game. So that one was never in doubt. Double handoff, ball's on the turf. Shamsey, can he fall on it?
Fumble in the backfield.
Two officials there say it's Russell ball, marking it 3rd down.
And looks like the offense retains control. That is number 25.
Russellville keeps it, but they lose a couple yards, so 3rd and goal from the 7 coming.
Back outside the 5 at the 7, and it's 3rd and goal.
Running it near the edge is Campbell, who faked the toss, kept it himself, and into the end zone. Fake me out. I was looking for the toss sweep too. And Campbell scoring from 7 yards out. Makes it 38-0. Campbell scoring from 7 yards out. It's his first touchdown tonight. He does have a 2-point conversion run. Now, if the mercy rule wasn't 30, it's definitely 35 because they're running it now. Clock will only stop on injuries or timeouts as it shows under a minute. So Shamsey, and he won't get in on the 2-point conversion.
Ball carries number 25, Jack Shamsey. He is denied the end zone.
I can't tell what they're doing. They've stopped the clock here, so.
Number 18, Corday Green making the stop.
You always get confused on what the sportsmanship rule is, and then when you go different places, it almost seems like it's house rules anyway. So, 38-0. The Whirlwinds led 32-0 at the half. Their first offensive possession after stopping Clarksville on 4 downs here the second half. Goes to the end zone, and their offense, perfect 4 for 4. 4 possessions, 4 touchdowns. Those are kind of the drive charts that the coaches love.
If you are going to have to get a ride home from your parents, you need to text them or call them at this point so they can make.
They're calling for the rides. Call your rides now. Closing out the 3rd quarter. Keegan Fuller, I wonder if he's gotten tired from kicking off tonight. He's got to do it a few times. Gonna do it again here. Another squib kick. So picked up at the 19. Across the 25. Breaking a tackle there. Whirlwinds down back at the 17-yard line. Clock will stop here. They're going to keep it rolling. I don't know if they realize there's a Whirlwind player down on that collision. And it's Tristan Newberry. He's up, walking off of his own power, but you can tell he's in a little bit of pain there. We hope Tristan's okay. I don't know if they're going to get it off before the end of the quarter. They didn't. Didn't get the snap off before the end of the third quarter, so we'll move to the fourth with our score: the Whirlwinds 38, the Panthers nothing.
Fourth quarter with the score: Russellville 38, Clarksville 0. Again, Clarksville students, just a reminder that if you are going to have to call your parents or text your parents to get a ride home, you need to do that now, please, so that they will be here when the game is over.
Start the fourth quarter. The Whirlwinds comfortably up in front here, 38-0. Clarksville, this will be their first snap of this possession. Again, we'll have the game next week for you, as the Whirlwinds are going to be back at home for their final regular season home game, hosting Little Rock Christian. New quarterback for Clarksville. Carried off tackle there. Get to the 39-yard line. Pick up a 5 yards on the play.
Over about the 30, about the 39, and we'll say gains 5 yards. Second and 5 for the Panthers.
Near the end of the 8th grade game, Clarksville's putting in different guys to get a running play because the game was decided as the 8th grade team won 32-6. They might be doing the same thing here. Get some game experience, some of these 9th graders. Last time they're going to play this year. To their high school kids. Second down and 5 for Clarksville. Again, running left side. This time he gains a yard, maybe 2, before he's driven back. Third down is shortcoming, 3rd and 3. Big here. Picked up some big wins, too. BB, Valonia, at Valonia. Greenbrier last week. Get Clarksville tonight. 2 more games on the slate. Third down and 3, low snap. Pick it up, give it to the running back. This is Jesus Gonzalez, and looked like he was going to be stopped for a loss. Second effort, got him the first down at 39.
Jesus Gonzalez, the ball carrier. And he is tackled by number 4, Julius Cox Thompson.
They're going to say, mark him half yard shy. Are they?
He got the 44. It moves a change, and we have another
Okay, now they say first down. Tell you, he didn't get a very good spot, to be honest with you. I don't know if he got it, but they give it to him there. But I tell you, I thought the spot was bad for them. I thought he had a little bit past that. Russell defenders all within 4 yards of line of scrimmage. They're not expecting a pass. They're not going to get one. Quarterback keeper will get back to line of scrimmage. Clear night, but a chilly night here in Clarksville.
10, Denver Pickards. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Second.
Russell going home happy tonight with 8th and 9th grade wins. Second down and 10. Snap rolls back to the quarterback. He's got to do some work here. He's going to be wrapped up and brought down back at the 40-yard line. Haney, I don't know if he was the one that made the stick. I know he was there.
Will fumble in the backfield. He's able to recover, but he gets the ball. He's tackled back at the 40. It's a loss.
It'll be 3rd and 14 as they need the Whirlwind 46-yard line for a first down. Under 5 minutes to go. Jesus Gonzalez again. He picked up the first down last time they needed it. This time he only get a couple yards to the 42. 4th down and 12 for the Panthers. Under 4.5 to go. They're going to kick the ball. They're going to punt it away. Or at least they're going to look like they're going to punt it away. Russellville, well, they came after it too. They don't have anybody back though, but they came after it and they almost blocked it. The punt is going to roll sideways and be down at the 29-yard line. Because the Mercy Road clock continues to roll here. Russell not going to try to score, but get some backups in there, and they want to do well. They want to try to produce, so but not even try to score themselves, but you're not trying to run it up. They're going to take their time in between snaps here and run the play clock down as low as they can. Some confusion there on the offensive line. They move some guys around. Still got some time. We've got 7 seconds left before they have to snap it. And in motion, here's the toss. They'll get a couple yards. Powell kept moving those across the 30. Looked like it was going to be stopped after a 1-yard gain. He is stopped at the 33. So a 4-yard pickup. 2nd and 6 coming for the Whirlwinds.
The ball carrier is number 5, Oliver Couture. And he's tackled by number 70, Landon Drefts-Whipple. Gain of about 4, 2nd and 6 for Russellville.
Russell scored every time they've touched the ball. This may be the drive where they don't get the touchdown. The only thing that stops them is the end of the ball game. There's a toss here, pickup of 2 on the play. I think that was Gavin White on the carry. As he gets to the 35. 3rd down and 4 for the Whirlwinds. Keegan Fuller coming in. Russell doing something very similar, trying to give different guys carries. Here they've played so many tight games lately, they have not been able to get some experience for the guys that have been not their normal position, or guys have not been able to get on the field much. There's Fuller on the toss sweep. He'll pick up a yard, gets to the 36-yard line. So 4th and 3 coming for the Whirlwinds. We'll have to snap it right around the 1-minute mark. As it shows 1:27, there's 27 seconds on the play clock. Whirlwinds may run this all the way down and call timeout just to kill some more time. I think that's what Coach Jimmy Wilson over on that far side is doing. I see him standing next to the official over on that far side. He's watching it down, call timeout when it gets to 1. He calls timeout right now. They ran off a couple more seconds. Let's see if they put it back on or just leave it at 58. Russellville only 1 touchdown here in the second half on their 1 offensive possession. It was Caleb Campbell, a 7-yard touchdown run. Only time they didn't or weren't successful on the 2-point try. They led 32-0 at the half, lead at 38-0 here. Again, the 8th grade team won easily 32-6. Big play? Well, there's 2 big plays. Russell was up 8-0 when Clarksville punted, down it at the 6. And Russell on the first play of that drive, Ladarius Prince scored from 94 yards out, untouched. And then on Clarksville's next drive, they fumbled it. Zach Shamsey picked it up. Ran 65 yards for a touchdown. So 2 big plays, big game breakers. The score went from 8-0 to 24-0. That was pretty much all she wrote. I think Russell jumped off sides. Nope, I'm going to say Clarksville jumped off sides. Russell just got a first down. Well, this should pretty much ensure that Russell's not going to turn the ball over on downs or anything. They'll get to snap it one more time, maybe twice, and that'll be it. Yep, Russell going to go into the victory formation. They're not even going to run a regular play. Best formation in football, right? And again, after so many tight, close games, it's nice to see one of these where you don't have to worry about it.
And the Russell quarterback takes a knee.
Especially last week, that Greenbrier game was nail biter. Russell taking a knee here. They'll have to do that one more time. They'll win the game 38-0. Now they're going to say, don't even worry about it. They're going to let the clock roll all the way down. So we're not going to start it, so that's going to be it. Whirlwinds win it by a score of 38-0. They'll be back at home a week from tonight, hosting Little Rock Christian. Don't forget, air on this YouTube channel tomorrow night. Russell Cyclones taking on the Greenwood Bulldogs. Kickoff is set for 7 o'clock. We'll be on the air here on Cyclone Booth YouTube at about 6:30 because we want to show the senior night activities. So until then, we'll see you back at Cyclone Stadium tomorrow night. Thanks for joining us.
I want to remind you that our next game you can hear here at Bethany Field, or you can see here at Bethany Field, is Friday night, a week from tomorrow, the 28th, as the senior night, and the Panthers take on the Harrison Golden Goblin here at Bethany Field next Friday, the 28th.